Hey guys, let's get more news about Lakers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Lakers dubbed top destination for $30 million point guard. The Los Angeles Lakers have always been in the star business, but stars at value can shine even brighter across what are often short lifespans in LA. That appears to be the situation developing in front of Golden State Warriors point guard Chris Paul, who will hit free agency this summer if the team chooses to release him ahead of a June 28 deadline. Most insiders expect that cut is inevitable, as Paul will earn $30 million on the final year of his $120 million contract should the Dubs keep him on the roster. Relying on a relatively sturdy assumption that Paul lands on the market in the coming weeks, Grant Hughes of Bleacher Report named the Lakers as the best landing spot for him on Saturday, June 15. If he's willing to play a backup role like he did last season for the Warriors, there might be 20 teams that'd happily take him aboard and benefit from his presence in the rotation. Realistically, though, Paul might still prefer to start and win as much as possible. That leaves a thinner field, led by a Los Angeles Lakers team that will likely be built around an age 40 season LeBron James. At least Paul would clearly fit the timeline here. If D'Angelo Russell declines his player option and enters free agency, the Lakers will have a glaring void at the one. And if they also hire a relatively untested head coach, it'll help to have someone with Paul's experience to complement James. Even if Russell picks up his option, CP3 could provide insurance or even give the Lakers more confidence in trading Russell away to fill out other areas of the roster. Getty Chris Paul of the Golden State Warriors. What makes Paul potentially valuable to the Lakers, beyond his 19 years of NBA experience and 12 All-Star Game selections, is how much of a discount they could potentially get by bringing the point guard back to the city in which his family resides. Eric Pincus of Bleacher Report predicted on Friday that Paul, 39, will ultimately sign a $3.3 million veterans minimum deal to finally land on the Lakers roster, almost a 90% discount from what the Warriors will have to pay him to keep Paul in the Bay Area. While LA needs to infuse the roster with youth, the team also needs smart, veteran players, Pincus wrote. Paul was almost a Laker in 2011, but the deal was scuttled by David Stern, the late NBA commissioner who was operating as the owner of the New Orleans Hornets, now Pelicans, before it was sold to the Benson family. Paul never got to play with Kobe Bryant and the Lakers, but now he gets the chance to don the purple and gold alongside James. Getty Chris Paul of the Golden State Warriors. As noted by Pincus and Hughes, Paul would make one of the oldest playoff teams in the Western Conference even more elderly by comparison to some of the up-and-coming franchises like the Oklahoma City Thunder or Minnesota Timberwolves, or even the outfits that have already arrived like the defending champion Denver Nuggets. That said, if James opts out of the final year of his contract in the next couple weeks, worth $51.4 million, his return cost is only going to go up. Anthony Davis is also going to earn an estimated $43.2 million in 2024-25, a figure that is only going to increase when his 3-year, $177 million extension kicks in the following season. The Lakers are going to need competent players in their starting lineup and/or rotation who are willing to play for minimal dollars relative to the rest of the team, the rest of the league and/or said players' true free market value. Paul has earned almost $390 million on the court during his NBA career, and that number doesn't factor in all of his off-court endorsement deals. Money probably isn't the same kind of concern it once was for Paul, when moving back to Los Angeles is a decision he can justify by way of family and the potential chance to win at a high level depending on what other personnel moves the Lakers can swing this summer. Trade proposal sends Alex Caruso back to Lakers, Jared Vanderbilt to Bulls. One NBA analyst proposed that the Los Angeles Lakers reunite with old friend Alex Caruso this offseason. Zach Buckley of Bleacher Report proposed the following trade idea between the Lakers and Chicago Bulls. The Chicago Bulls trade Alex Caruso to the Los Angeles Lakers for Jared Vanderbilt and a 2029 first-round pick, top 4 protected. The Lakers regret losing Caruso to the Bulls in the offseason of 2022. LeBron James and Anthony Davis loved playing with Caruso, one of the best defenders in the NBA. The Bulls have told teams they are not interested in trading Caruso, but Buckley still thinks the Lakers should try again to acquire the All-NBA defender. Caruso would immediately become LA's top perimeter defender while also making his mark as a spot-up shooter, secondary playmaker, transition attacker and right place, right time cutter, Buckley wrote. If he didn't crack the starting 5, he would absolutely snag a spot with the closing group. The Bulls previously put a high trade price on Caruso, but they might think this suffices if they're fans of Vanderbilt, who is an impactful and versatile defensive stopper in his own right. A lightly protected future first from a team built around a 39-year-old James and a 31-year-old, oft-injured Davis is about as valuable as a draft asset can be. The Bulls missed the playoffs this year, while the Lakers lost to the Denver Nuggets in the first round in 5 games. Los Angeles needs a new head coach after firing Darvin Ham. The franchise is widely expected to hire former NBA guard and current ESPN broadcaster J.J. Redick, who has a rapport with Caruso. Report: D'Angelo Russell on the radar for Orlando Magic in free agency. While the Lakers have a number of decisions left up in the air this offseason, one of the biggest ones that is going to shape their free agency decisions will be D'Angelo Russell's. The Lakers won't have any say in Russel'S decision as he has a player option for the 2024-25 season. If he picks it up, it gives the Lakers an expiring contract that can operate as a trade chip. If he declines it, then the Lakers have a hole in their roster and no cap room to fill it. Russell could still return, but it will likely cost them a lot of money for a player who has shown his flaws in back-to-back postseason runs. The alternative isn't any better as the Lakers could watch him walk to another team in free agency and leave a hole without cap room to fix. There aren't many teams with cap space, but one of the few in the Orlando Magic could be a factor. In his latest episode of the No Cap Room podcast, Jake Fisher of Yahoo Sports reported that the Magic have Russell on their radar, just perhaps at a lower cost than his current contract. I haven't talked to anyone in Orlando. I will admit publicly about D'Angelo Russell being on their radar, but I can guarantee you he is not on the Orlando Magic radar for more money than what he is potentially on the books for in LA. It seems there's often a bit of flawed thinking when it comes to free agency. Russell's player option for 2024-25 is for $18.7 million, and the Magic certainly aren't going to pay him that per season. However, the Magic could very well offer him more money over multiple seasons, which would be more appealing to Russell. Would he accept a 2-year, $30 million deal? In an offer like that, he's guaranteed more money but at a lower average annual value. It's going to be a very interesting decision for Russell and the Lakers. Is he even interested in running it back and going through the trade circus again? Feels unlikely, but nothing feels impossible either. So much of the Lakers' offseason is a big question mark and Russell is at the center of that. His decision, in multiple ways, could drastically change how the team approaches so much of its roster building. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of D'Angelo Russell? Leave your opinion in the comments.